Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes, and joining me tonight, I got the whole crew here. Actually, this week, everybody made it. So let's get things started. First off, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. What's happening, Rich?
Oh, not much. How's everyone tonight?
Doing good. What's been going on since we last spoke with you?
Well, I've actually started doing a little cleanup from the last trip out, and it looks pretty good so far.
Okay, your last trip out was the one we all were together chasing a turkey?
No.
No?
I did 1.8, I think, that time.
1.8 then.
The last one was the one where we got rained out and I had to almost get out of Scoot and Dodge.
The Fawcett.
Okay,
I forgot about that. And you were doing a cleanup on that?
Yeah, I'm just now getting to them cons. So.
Okay, cool.
Ran them through the cleanup sluice and classified them, and now I'm on the millet table.
And how's it looking so far? Some
nice peppery pieces and stuff. I still lose gold off the end of it. I'm still struggling with it, but it's getting there.
Someday.
I think I got it down pretty much now. I just gotta mess with it a little bit more.
Little tweaking.
Yeah.
What it is.
Just bring it up a little bit more so it doesn't wash off, and I think it'll be fun.
Nice, cool. Well, I'm glad you.
I think I got it figured out. Majority of my problem was it wasn't level. I wasn't on a level table.
Oh, okay.
I was on a piece of wood with two sawhorses, and it bowed in the middle. That doesn't work very well.
I think that would create a few issues maybe for you.
Yeah, so now I got a table that I set it on, and it works good.
Oh, nice. Very cool. So, yeah, I'm glad to see you're finally getting to those, so we can see how you did there. You know? Yeah,
it's probably not going to be a gram. It doesn't look like a gram, but it's still good gold, though.
Yeah, nice.
Nice size gold.
Hey. That's nice, because you didn't get in a whole heck of a lot of dredging, did you? Not really.
No, because I let, of course, I'm waiting to see what John got.
Right.
You know, I let him on there, so.
Right. And then
But I'm glad. I can't wait to see what he got.
I know.
That's going to be pretty good, hopefully. So.
I'm surprised we haven't heard yet. Maybe he hasn't had a chance to clean them up yet.
Last time I talked to him, he said he was just getting ready to do it. He had to put his stuff all together and then run it. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see.
He's like me. He's been busy and hadn't much time to do it either. So.
Yeah, I know how that goes. It's rough. Well, let us know how you did there, man. I'm anxious to see.
We'll do that. I'll post pictures whenever I get them done.
Cool, man. I'm glad you made it tonight. Thanks for being here, Rich, as always.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. Also joining us, we got our very own West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater Toney. What's happening, Scott?
Oh, man, it's even hotter than what it was last Wednesday.
How hot is it?
Yeah, it's been pretty warm. We're back up in the 110s again, and I'm thinking they're talking about, the monsoons are coming. Well, I wish they would hurry up. That's all I could wish for. It's just a little bit of rain and get back on with the temperature getting back down where I could actually stand to be outside.
Right.
But other than that, still doing the work thing and stuff like that. And I did have remember the sauce that I gave away? I couldn't remember what the company's name was for you guys. It was up there on here Sunday. The company name is Desert Gatherings is what that is. And Brent, my friend that works there, I want to give him a special shout out. He's got a wife that's in the hospital right now, and we're hoping that she gets better, Heather, and hope you get out soon and everything like that. So but Desert Gatherings, because there was a couple people that asked me in the chat room what the company's name was that made it. So so I figured I finally got the name of that.
Oh, yeah,
got that straight.
Yeah, heck yeah, give him a shout. Hey, are you indoors tonight?
Yes, I am.
I was gonna say I don't hear those old doves out there cooing and wind chimes and.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm inside tonight. Believe it or not, I am doing. If anybody is actually follows my Facebook page or anything like that, or if you are my friends, I'm going to do kind of a little documentary on Facebook. I'm quitting smoking as of tonight.
Oh, way to go.
So I'm going to do like maybe a morning spot, just to say, let you see while people what they're going to go through if you decide to quit smoking. So I mean, because I'm just gonna drop a cold turkey and just quit.
Man. So it's gonna be like day 1, day 2.
Yeah,
like
and they say in the first, they say if you can get past the 72-hour mark, it gets a little, you pretty much can get out. You can get it licked. So, but I'm just going to see and kind of record, what I'm going through.
Oh, goodness.
And the, the struggles that I'm having with it, so to speak.
This could get scary.
Well, here's a quick check for you, Swifty. How many days is 72 hours? You got 2 seconds. Go.
Three, right?
Man. Man.
But yeah, if I can make it to that part without smoking, it's going to be more beneficial for me. It's going to be more healthier for me, that's for sure. And we did some facts and figures, because out here it's, you're looking at $8 a pack, and then there's sometimes but if you're out on Friday or Saturday, you might do 2 packs a night. You never know. So, like at the end of the year, you're looking at almost like $3,000 or a little bit over $3,000 in just a year's time. And for something that you don't need and just throwing away $3,000 every year, I've been
that's
smoking.
Vacation money.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, I've been smoking since probably 20 or 21 when I started, and I'm 46 now. So if you think about that, every year $3,000, that's a lot of money. It could have been a house, it could have been a boat, it could have been a truck. Yeah, it could have been a new truck.
Could have been a lot of things. Yeah, it's been a nice.
But like I said, it's I'm getting old enough where I got to start doing the healthy stuff again, going back and redo the stuff that I tore apart when I was stupid and young. So my lungs are going to be one of them for sure. So
it's going to be a new Harley made in Germany.
Yeah, they are made in Germany. That's right.
Yeah, cool. Well, Scott, we wish you luck, man. I hope you get through it. And I know it's tough.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I've actually cut down. I think today I've had 2.
That's good.
So I'm thinking, okay, well, if I can have 2 and I'm not really wigging out. Of course, it's only the first, one day without just doing 2 cigarettes. But tomorrow I'm just going to drop them. So like I said, sometimes you get excited and stuff like that, and then when you're used to doing a smoke break here or there, and then you don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's usually It's just going to be rough.
It's a tough habit to kick, man. It is, But I wish you luck.
I hope you do it, brother.
Yep, me too. Good luck. And
thank you.
Yeah, we'll be checking out that Facebook feed and seeing if you're doing okay. You're not going mental on us or nothing. So.
Well, you never know. Maybe I can help 10 other people get off cigarettes, and if I can, well, then I guess it was beneficial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I said. We wish you luck, man, for sure.
Thank you.
See you kick it. Get rid of it. And thank you for being here.
Always love it.
Glad you made it again tonight. This is a good thing.
Yeah, it's good when you get off work early enough to be on the radio.
That's right. So, way to go, brother. Thank you.
Thanks.
And we will be hearing from you shortly. Okay?
You got it.
All right. Also joining us tonight, we got our very own Miss Kathleen Biffle. What's happening, Kathleen?
Hello, everybody.
What's happening?
Well, I'm just getting off, coming back from vacation. And there's like doves in the background. I hope you guys can't hear them.
That's what they're.
Where's the wind chimes? Got to have the wind chimes too.
Yeah. Well, coming back from vacation. I don't even talk about my emails, but I just now caught up today, so just busy.
Oh, so you're back to work, all that stuff again. Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
That's rough, ain't it? After vacation, going back to work.
Well, I was so relaxed, and I did all this meditation and did all this stuff, and then I was okay for maybe half of the first day back at work. And then I was like, just leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, it's rough, ain't it? It's like, dang.
Oh goodness, but it's good to be back. The koi missed me, and
koi doing good still. They're all good.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, the girls took good care of them. And, we're just trying to plan out the rest of our summer and our time off.
Right.
And we know where and when we want to do things. So we're narrowing it down now that we know the Cronies Club date, which we're going to announce when?
Sunday.
So tune in, you guys, on Sunday if you're a Cronies Club member of where the outing is, where and when.
That's right, where and when. Yep, we got the date and the location, right, Kathleen?
Yes. Yep. And I had a chance to start going through my old cons because we're starting to add up again. So I did that on my one day off on Monday before I returned, and it was cool.
And seeing some color.
And then I haven't weighed it yet because I'm still going through it.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you are seeing some nice color,
and
though.
And
then
did you check out the extra we did with the dowsing rods?
Oh, the
video.
Yeah. And you know what? This is bad of me, Kathleen. I'm sorry. I thought I was subscribed to you guys like months ago. Yeah. And I clicked on, I'm like, it said subscribe. And I'm like, what do you mean subscribe?
You gotta be kidding me.
No, I swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
I did it. I thought it was an awesome video.
Yeah, but I thought I was already subscribed to you guys like months ago. And they're saying subscribe. And I'm like, really? Unless it was maybe I subscribed with the Gold Prospector Space one, not the Tim Grimes one. I don't know, but I subscribed again.
Subscribe. Better late than never.
That's right.
We're trying to get to 1,000.
I know.
Well, we just never really put ourselves out there.
Right. No, right. And I'm like, I'm telling people, click, follow, subscribe to all you guys. And it's like, and here I didn't even. I'm like, really? Yeah.
Well, you never know what kind of episodes you're going to get. And we did an extra on ghosts and dowsing rods. So.
See, that's cool, right? You don't know, so that's why I tell people.
Hopefully you didn't douse the ghost out.
No, she didn't want to cross over. She said so.
See,
yeah, I shared your thing in the Goldfields on Facebook.
Thank you. Yes,
we'll get you that 1,000 in there.
We're gonna get them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an interesting video to make.
Oh my God! Rich Cooley just subscribed.
Really?
I went on to check to see if I was, and I wasn't either.
See, it wasn't just me, Rich. I think it's because
now you guys are making me nervous.
I went on and looked, and I was like, I can't believe I'm not subscribed.
Who are you guys? What the?
I don't know. We're up to 898 now. So.
Oh, 900.
Gosh,
you only got 100 to go.
Oh, you got how many? 898.
We're at 900.
Okay, you're at 900.
Oh, really? Okay, I don't see 898 on my end. So.
Wow, I don't feel so bad.
Your end's what counts.
Thank you, Rich. I don't feel so bad.
But we are going to give some gold away. So once we get 1,000, so all this gold that I'm, doing on this water table, and I've been posting random pics here and there whenever I each day that I get to it. So
very cool.
Some buffalo stuff.
Awesome. So get on there, click like, subscribe, get them there.
And how are they going to find you on YouTube?
Yeah, how they find you, Kathleen?
How do they find us on YouTube?
Look up Wandering Buffaloes.
Yeah. Like that.
I did.
Shad said he'd post it.
Yeah, Wandering Buffaloes. No E in Buffaloes.
Put a link in the chat.
You spelled it wrong.
We spelled it wrong on purpose.
Right.
We don't want to be confused.
So put a link in the chat room, Shad. Let's get you that other 100 subscribers, man. This is crazy.
Oh, so that's actually spelled wrong? I thought that was spelled right.
Nope.
No, it's supposed to be an E.
That's messing me up.
It wouldn't look right with an E.
I don't like it.
We're the Buffalos.
How's it spelled again? Buffa.
LOS. The correct way is OES.
Oh, see, I'm with Dennis. I thought BUFFALO was how you spelled it. Dang.
There's a lot of other things with the correct spelling, so we didn't go with the correct spelling.
Okay.
Like Tony Club.
Dang. Okay. Well,
so anyway,
right.
just doing that and working on the next video, and
cool.
I'm getting caught up on my because Dennis, when you were gone, we were on vacation and preparing for vacation, so I didn't have a lot of time to flip through a lot of the stuff, but I'm catching up on everybody's stuff and AMRA's stuff. Shannon will be on later tonight to talk about his adventure up in Alaska as well. So very exciting time this summertime.
Heck yeah. It's been a great summer so far for a lot of you guys, and that's awesome. Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Heck yeah. So, Kathleen, you got
Keep the momentum up.
You got some news tonight for us, Kathleen?
I do.
Nice. And some fun facts, I hope?
I have some fun facts, yes.
Cool.
And Swiftwater.
Swiftwater just subscribed.
Just subscribe.
Oh my god.
Honestly, you guys, see?
Oh my god.
Where's the love?
Oh my
That's
god.
what I was laughing about. I was
We're
like, oh,
awful.
really?
Oh my god, no way. 3 out of 4 of us wasn't subscribed. Oh, sorry, you guys.
I think maybe I get his videos. I think I get your guys' videos through the Facebook thing. I didn't know I was subscribed on there.
And I think that's what confuses us, because we see them on Facebook and we're like, oh, okay. And then I went to the...
We get a lot of views, but not a lot of subscribers.
Well, yeah, that one video, I think you got like 54,000 views.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah, in just a couple months.
Yeah, and it's like, really? And you guys, I would think you'd have 10,000 subscribers, unless they're all like
We're afraid to
us.
ask for the business.
Well, you got 901, it says.
Jaron, you'll have to check. I don't even know anymore. See, I'm bad. I think I've subscribed to you too, Jaron. But then again, I thought I was subscribed to Kathleen and Shad. So, you know.
So everybody,
Now you can become part of the herd.
I think, Dennis, I swear I'm subscribed to you. And to Scott.
I'm subscribed to Dennis.
I swear it. I swear I am. I might have to go back and start checking now.
Well, obviously, probably Rich and Tim's not subscribed to me because they weren't subscribed to the herd.
I know, but
Well, Dennis, you were the first YouTube Gold Prospector I subscribed to, remember?
I gotta look now.
I'm subscribed to the herd. I like watching one of their videos.
He's part of the herd.
Got to put more.
I have to look, because, you know, I am subscribed to you, Dennis, so there.
Yeah, I was going to say, so am I.
Now, I don't know if Rich is, but I am. And Jaren's, I don't know if I'm...
I don't know.
Gosh,
I have to
look.
look.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start checking.
Jaron, I just checked.
I'm subscribed to Jaron.
Well, I guess I got to check that, too. What's Jaren's?
It's in the chat room.
MR Lodak.
Oh, okay, because, dang it.
No doubt.
I just subscribed.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man.
What? MR Lodak?
Yeah.
Is it Mr. Lodak?
MR LODAC?
Tim, just click the link in the chat room.
Well, no, because I got to do it on my phone. Oh, wait. I am subscribed to Jaron. Okay, cool.
All right.
Phew, man, you guys got me sweating tonight. I'm wondering, who am I not subscribed to? Jeez Louise. That's awful.
All right.
You guys are horrible. All you guys. It's bad. Oh, Kathleen, I'm glad you made it, and I'm sorry I wasn't subscribed sooner. Darn.
That's okay.
And we look forward to your news tonight, and thank you for being here. All right.
Thanks.
Also joining us, we got the other half of the Biffles, our very own Mr. Shad Biffle. What's happening, Shad?
Not too much, evidently.
Evidently. There's all
No, I'm
kinds.
doing good. Just trying to get through the week, you know, like all of us. So,
Get through
Good to be here.
the first back to work week, right?
yep.
Yeah. How's
But
that?
I'm anxious to hear Mr. Shannon Poe calling in here in 9 minutes or so.
9 minutes? That fast already? I figured
Yeah, I
I
know.
could get the introduction.
I think we spent 20 minutes just talking about how you're not subscribed to us on YouTube. So, you know.
I'm sorry, I felt bad about it. I had to clear
So
my
I'll
conscience.
just jump right into the precious metal
Jump right
prices.
in,
just,
brother.
You know, to give
Go for
Dennis some time.
it. Yep. Go for it.
Not good news. Gold's fallen an additional $5, closing at $1,252.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Silver's also down 22 cents.
Ooh, big jump.
$16.07.
Okay.
Platinum, that's also down $10, closing at $859.
Uh-huh.
And then even palladium's down $8, closing at $949.
Everything, huh?
Man,
Wow.
that's bad news, Shad.
Yes, it's bad.
No, I told you it was bad news.
You did say that in the beginning. That was your disclaimer.
Yeah, he did.
That was his disclaimer. So you got some
Spoiler.
birthdays?
I do got some
Is
birthdays.
Dennis going to sing
Dennis
for us
gonna
tonight?
Hang on. Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay,
I'm
go,
ready. Let's
go for it.
ready, you ready for me to start singing?
Go
Here we
for
go.
it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
That didn't sound as sexy as last time, so
My ears are on fire.
Beautiful.
You skipped practicing because you were looking for gold.
I
in
know,
Alaska.
you can tell the Alaska.
I know.
Yeah, he'll get it back. No worries.
Yeah.
All right, so June 27th, it's your birthday. Brian De Lorenzo, Dave Rector, Gary McLean, Gary Goldberg, Gary Heckman, Jonas Askanivic, Ralph Ibrahimov, Robert Bednarik, Tim Jones, Timothy Laprairie, Tony Guerin, and Victor. And tomorrow you have Angela Campbell, Jeff Sandlin, Joe Drennan, Marty Wales, Ron Parks, and Steve Burris. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
everybody.
Happy
And I'm sorry
birthday.
if I messed your name up.
That's all right. We all will do it. Thank you, Shad, for being here, brother. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And we will be talking to you again soon. All right, last but not least, our little buddy, the Indiana Gold Hunter himself, Mr. Dennis Dayton. What's happening, Dennis?
Man, I am so glad to be home.
I bet. That's a long time to be away from home. You know?
Even though it's beautiful weather there and I was finding a lot of gold, I'm so glad to be home.
Well, sure, you still miss home, don't you? I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah.
Just-
I wasn't glad to go back to work, but I was glad to
No. No, it was probably rough for you, too, going back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a hard...
But I tell you what's really cool.
What's that?
Now, this is a very special surprise, and I'm not going to say what it is yet because Ray Brooks hasn't sent you anything yet, has he?
We
Haven't
can't...
seen any.
Hold on, couldn't hear you. Say it again. You're breaking up real bad.
I said Ray Russo hasn't sent you anything yet, has he?
What do you mean?
Well,
He
he's
sent-
got a little surprise for you.
he sent me
I've got it. I'm sitting there.
He did send me something last week. Yeah, Sunday, actually.
What was it that you saw?
I'll tell you later.
Is it what I'm thinking it is that I'm looking at right now?
Something he had you bring. something he had you bring for me. Correct.
Oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and say it then.
Okay, go ahead.
Of all of our blood, sweat, tears, as you all know, between the three of us, we recovered 1.5 ounces of gold.
Mm-hmm.
We all got 15 grams each.
Right.
Ray Russo has donated his 15 grams of gold, which I've got in my hand right now,
Uh-huh.
to the show.
Right.
To the show. Tim Grimes from the show.
Right. To use at my discretion, so all members of Gold Prospector Space and Prospector Radio, be ready for some gold giveaways. They're coming.
My
So,
God.
Oh,
That's awesome.
yep, they're coming. So,
Thank you, Ray.
yeah, so
He's the man. He's
Ray,
the man.
It should be in the mail tomorrow or Friday.
Okay, yeah, I told him I couldn't thank him enough. I didn't, no words I could say could thank him enough for that. It was really
That's
cool of him.
sweet.
And so, yeah, we'll be chopping it up and giving it away here, here on the show.
Good job,
on the
Racer.
site.
It's all of our love. This is some of my blood, sweat, and tears,
That's right.
and Caleb's, and
Yeah, So yeah, thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Caleb. For
no doubt.
extracting it.
So what
out of
you're
it.
really saying, it's about 80% of Caleb's sweat, blood, and tears. Right?
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but since you brought it up, yeah.
Okay. No, thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Ray. Awesome. Very cool, you guys. All three is for that. That is really great, So
It's
that
beautiful
is cool.
looking gold.
So all the listeners and members are, to get a chance to benefit from your trip. So that's really cool. From you guys' hard work, they got a chance to win some of that Alaska gold that you guys brought back. So very cool. That is awesome, you guys. Thank you, Dennis, Ray, Caleb. You guys are awesome. That's all I can say. The best.
Now, how are they able to be in for that gold?
Well, I'll figure that out. It'll be all different ways. It'll be
I'm not worried about winning. I got my own.
Right. We'll give some away on the show. We'll give some away in a monthly giveaway on the site. It'll be
probably Patreon.
No, not Patreon. The Patreon one, I've already done something that I actually did before Ray told me that.
Okay.
That's on
but
the way.
I'm just throwing out there. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
No, this is for the site and show members. The Patreons will got something special coming too. It's on the way, and as soon as I get it, I'll announce that. So,
All right.
So that'll be cool too. It's big also, so going to be good for them as well, and the cronies and the Patreons got their monthly nugget giveaway coming up at Sunday.
This Sunday?
That's right.
Crony Club quarterly nugget giveaway.
July 1st.
Yep. So that's Sunday, right, Shad?
That's right.
Yep.
7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. So if you're a crony, you better be listening. You got a chance to win a nugget from our good friends over at Dirt Dog. And if you're a patron, you don't have to be listening, but you could. And you got a chance to win a nugget from our good friends over at Tommy Knocker's Pay Dirt. So good luck to all you Sunday. It's going to be cool.
Awesome.
What day's the 4th of July on? Is that Wednesday? Or is that Tuesday?
This year.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a show?
Good question, Scott. Kathleen.
Because I think I'm gonna have to be working the food wagon at the Tempe Town Lake, so I probably won't be here.
You guys just want to take off the 4th?
Fireworks.
Yeah, you guys just want
Yeah.
All right, so Wednesday we won't have a show, guys, because we're gonna enjoy the fireworks and stuff too. So yeah. All right, good call. Thanks, Scott. I forgot about that. I did too.
Yeah. Good call, Scott.
And buddy, I was just thinking I won't be able to show. So
ship us a sandwich there, barbecue boy. Okay.
Way to go, sweat sauce.
So hey, Tim.
Yeah.
The real question I have is, how are you doing?
I'm doing.
Things going with you?
Am I what? I'm fine.
How are things going with you?
Oh, they're going okay. Well, it can be expected. I'm, even though I ain't been on vacation, I still hated to go back to work Monday. It's like, just hanging in there, brother. Hanging in, like always.
Good.
But I appreciate you
So
asking.
Wash the car on the
No,
weekends,
it's been too rainy.
What?
Yeah. The weekends have been raining. If I want to wash it, it's been raining. That's like...
I should run out with some soap, while it's raining.
I thought about it. I really did. I'm like, dang, can't wash the car. Can't get my therapy. That's my therapy, man.
I know.
It's killing me. So, and it's got mud on it and stuff. Because I went to the cemetery Sunday to visit my dad's grave, and the cemetery's got like dirt roads, and it's like big old mud holes, and I'm like, oh really? My car's got mud on it. It bummed me out. So I'm like, okay, I'll get it. I'll take care of it. But that's just me. You guys know how I am, so it's just funny.
Oh yeah.
Other than that,
well, good.
Good. Other than that, real good. And so thank you for asking. I appreciate that. And like I said, we're going to have a great show tonight. We'll just what we'll do. We'll go ahead and do our one break we do before Shannon calls. I think that'll fit right in. So, Dennis, thank you, brother, for being here as always. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're home, safe and sound. And good to have you back with us. Okay.
Did you want a trivia before we?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Break?
Yeah, lay it on him. Yep.
Okay,
I'm glad you reminded me.
Let's see if someone can get this. Canada's postal code for Santa Claus at the North Pole is what?
Okay. Shannon's calling now, so that's going to give him a lot of time to think about it. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
And you got another one? Ask it after we get...
I will just go with it.
Okay. All right. Shannon, are you there?
Tim, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It takes about 2 days to recover from a trip like that.
I could imagine.
I slept for 2 days.
I could imagine. And we're excited to hear about it, so lay it on us, brother. Man.
Well, it was a lot of fun. We, I think that we went too early in the season because when we got to Fairbanks, it was actually raining, and it rained all the way on the 5.5-hour drive to Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Chicken, which is basically a dirt-ish gravel road, you go about another 7 miles to a bridge, and then we got in jet boats and went about 14 miles downstream, no roads and no nothing, to the dredge camp, and the water was really high. It was just utter chocolate milk and, zero visibility. The river was right at the top of the banks, and then it rained for 3 more days and put the water clear up over into the trees. And so they had some equipment issues. Most of the dredges needed some serious attention because they sat, all year. And anyway, so we spent literally the first 3 days rebuilding about 7 dredges from the ground up, and got those working. And then we started long arming because Alaska's a lot different, at least in that area, is you're not looking for a traditional floodwater pay streak like you do in the rivers in California or Idaho or, Arizona. What we were looking for the entire time was the ancient channel from the tertiary period, so, about 70 million years ago. And if you can find it, it's ounce an hour kind of stuff.
Right.
So after about a week, we poked around. Jerry and Don and Jimmy actually found way downstream at this one big sweep of the river. This is a pretty big sized river. I mean, it's 100 feet across. But it's the coolest thing. It has a rock bluff across the river from this gravel bar. And on this rock bar, I'll send you guys a picture. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. There's a quartz vein there, and I kid you not, it looks exactly like the Browning logo with the deer head and the antlers.
Yeah.
And it's natural. I mean, we looked at it and went, holy crap, that's absolutely amazing. So we took a lot of video and pictures of that. But anyway, they found a pay layer that was about 10 to 12 inches thick, some of this really orange stuff, and it was part of the old channel.
Okay.
And I kid you not, Tim, I took a pan, Jerry just scooped with his hands like 3 scoops of gravel, and some of the rocks were the size of baseballs, into a pan, and there must have been 300 plus colors in there and 10 pickers.
Wow. Holy
cow. It was that rich. Well, we couldn't dredge it because it was clear up out of the water and the bedrock was exposed, and it's all busted up, so you couldn't even blast it down to where you could get to it with a 6. So they ran that stuff with a Proline 3, and hell, I think that they pulled a ½ ounce out in 6 hours just shoveling.
Wow. That is cool.
So, pretty remarkable. And then we ended up kind of moving dredges around, and as the water came down and the weather started to warm up, we finally, we got on another bench upstream. We had dredges spread out in 3 different locations, actually 4, and most everybody was running 6s. I finally started running an 8 with a Volkswagen motor with Zach and Britt and Jeff. And we just never could find that ancient channel. I mean, you could pull 5 to 7 grams, in 6 hours, but that wasn't what we were looking for. We wanted to pay for our trip, and we wanted to get the ounce an hour stuff. So, sure enough, we kept poking around, and we finally found this area as the river went down. It exposed the slope of the gravels coming out of the tundra. You could actually see where the river had kind of eroded away the grass and all that. And we called it the Roman Road because it looked like an ancient cobblestone road that was on the side of the river, and it was really hard pack. We pulled over there with the boat, dipped a pan, down in the water, filled it up with about, I don't know, a half a pan of non-classified material, and there was 200-plus colors in there. Yeah, it was amazing. So we moved instantly, went right downstream, grabbed 2 of the 6s, towed them upstream, and put Jack and Josh and Joe Harrison in there. Mm-hmm. And I think Jack and Josh pulled 44 grams in 3.5 hours.
Oh, my gosh.
With a 6.
That's
so
awesome.
And that was in shallow water. It was kind of cool is the bedrock is really, really fractured, and the overburden was maybe 12 inches to 18 inches thick.
Okay.
That's it.
Man.
So you're not punching like 6-foot holes or anything like that. It was really easy. So once we found the pay streak, we only had 3 days left, and by the time I got the 8 moved down there, we only had 2 days left, and we got on the ounce an hour stuff. And it just lit everybody's boxes up. But the problem was that right above there they had a really old time mining camp, probably in the early 1900s. They used a lot of mercury, so we could see the gold on the bottom as we were sucking it up, but we were also seeing a lot of puddles of mercury. I mean, literally liquid puddles of mercury. And so by the time you got it, running through the cube, everything was amalgam.
Oh, wow.
So we had to retort that back off. There were several ounces in that cleanup that we ended up retorting, but it was cool. It was kind of interesting. We're used to the lower 48 where everything stings you, sticks you, or bites you. Everything up there stomps you into butt mud and then eats you.
So did you see any bears while you were there?
We did. We saw a grizzly on the way out, and I got to admit, man, those things are about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. They are not a small animal. It freaked the crap out of me. But we were in a vehicle driving away, and I could see it from about 300 yards, and it was just enormous. Oh. I mean, it was like unbelievably big. But Joe, who was probably, I think he was the youngest one in the group. I think Joe's like 32. Mm-hmm. He's walking around camp. There's a creek that comes down off the mountainside there called Euler Creek, and anyway, he's poking around, and him and Josh, and apparently ran into a mama moose with a calf, and she didn't want him there, so she went and tried to stomp him out. He takes off running like a frickin' Olympic sprinter, jumps the damn creek in the bank, and she got to within 20 feet of him, but she was pissed. She was going to stomp him out.
Oh, yeah, the moose are dangerous, especially when they got a young one like that, aren't they?
Yeah, they kill more people in Alaska than bears do, surprisingly.
Really?
So, but oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. We saw the camp where the bridge was, where we went 14 miles down. About our 6th or 7th day, we had a guy come down in a hovercraft he had a bear on the frickin' bow that had been killed, and I guess there was a bear that got pretty aggressive, a black bear. Mm-hmm. In that camp, and the guys unloaded on it and killed it. Oh, wow. But so we took pictures of that and stuff. But we shot video for all 16 days we were gone, both going there, mining, everything about it, and we'll do a big series of videos on that. But the cool thing is the second to last day that we were there, we're sitting in camp and we're kind of doing our final cleanups, and the owners of the camp had taken off and gone up for supplies and to haul some of our gear out, and BLM comes flying down the river in their $87,000 hovercraft and wanted to inspect the camp, and so you guys know me well enough, I can't let a good opportunity go to waste. So out come the cameras, and I started talking to them about mining acts and laws and high water marks and what people's rights are, and I actually got this guy to say on film that the miners have absolutely no rights on that river.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't recognize the mining district, which predated even the formation of BLM. The mining claim had been there since before they created Wild and Scenic and all this stuff. And so I said, well, let me ask you a question, Kevin. Are you protected under the United States Constitution? He goes, well, of course I am. We're in America. Mm-hmm. And then he realized that he just screwed himself, and on film it's kind of cute. You see him literally physically start shaking because he knew I pretty much had him bent over a barrel.
Really?
But I didn't beat him up that bad, but I let him I just led him down a road to make a complete idiot out of himself. So, and that's exactly what he did.
It's kind of weird that they show up there while you're there.
Yeah, we kind of believe that they did that deliberately. But the funny part is, and the ironic part is this: is they've got this $87,000 German-made hovercraft, pretty cool. And when we were going out Friday morning, we're going upriver in our big hovercraft, and there they are, about 5 miles upstream. We see the thing tied off to the bank on the left side. It broke down, and they had to hike out, and we saw them floating down with an extra raft to go pick it up and haul it down 40 miles down to the lower bridge. So...
kind of ironic, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
that was
typical
pretty cool,
government equipment.
Yeah.
I tell you guys, if you could get up there with an 8, even a 6 and an 8, I think, a couple of guys dredging for 14 days, you could pull 50 to 100 ounces. Wow. If you had low water, if you had reasonable water. We had some days that the water was so damn high, and the guys wanted to get out in the current that, Joe was putting on 140 pounds of lead.
Wow.
And going out there, and we'd punch a hole. He'd hunker down into it like a, army man and try to dredge. And he got cartwheeled and tumbled. I got cartwheeled and tumbled several times. But if you could get up there at the right time of year, you could make a hell of a lot of money. You really could.
I can imagine that. So you were there, 14 days, Shannon?
Yeah, we were gone a total of 17, I think, 17 or 18 days. So, but we actually were mining for 14. And there were myself and 11 other guys. One of the guys had to bail after about 6 days. He had a family emergency, and we got him out of there and shipped him home immediately because it was it turned out to be pretty tragic. But
sorry to hear that.
so we had 11 guys that basically were dredging, and we did a little bit of high banking, but most of it was dredging with all Keen 6s, and then we had a custom 8-inch dredge that ran on a Volkswagen motor with a precision pump, and that sucker had some suction, man. It only bit me once, but it bit me pretty hard.
I bet. Sure. That's crazy. But it sounds like you had a great time. Did you do any exploring while you were out there? Or did
we really didn't, partly because we were terrified of, getting stomped into butt mud. So, we even walking to the little cabins and to the, to the outhouses, which were up in the tundra, up out of camp, it just looked like bear country to me. And so we didn't really explore a whole heck of a lot other than up and down the river.
Right.
But we ran into some people that knew us, knew me.
Oh, that's cool.
Some of the guys, most of the guys up there had been watching the AMRA videos, which we found kind of surprising. But Dayton Gilliland is a guy that I know. He's a member of the new 49ers up in Northern California, and he got cited for suction dredging. And so we had a meeting with him and gave him some legal advice. And he'd been mining up there for, I think it's his 4th or 5th or maybe even 6th season, I don't know, but he pulls about 200 ounces a year.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yeah, but, he kind of has a little bit of history up there. Is the creek right above where his dredge camp was called Gilliland Creek, and it was named after his grandfather, so, he's been up there most of his life. But it's kind of interesting. You have, steep-walled canyons, and then on the other side would be kind of a big open tundra bench, and it would have 12 to 15 feet of overburden on the tundra, which if you dig down about 4 feet, it's solid ice. And so below that is that tertiary deposit, and so you have to find where the original pay streak of that tertiary deposit crosses the river, and if you can find that, it is loaded. And so we instead of looking at the river itself visually, by standing downstream or upstream, shoot, guys, we were there at flood stage, so we thought, well, shit, we're going to dredge right here. This is where it should be, and no, that wasn't. But once we started looking at topography maps, then it turned into be really, really easy to determine where the pay streak was. We put a finger on a map and went straight to it. So I think that you could do that again. I'm confident we could go down there and dredge in 4 or 5 spots now and be on these pay streaks,
right.
Within 15 minutes.
Right. It's nice now that you've been down there once. When you go again, now you know some things, so it's going to help you a lot. So
and we're actually looking to pick up a couple of claims there now. We've got some leads on some ground, and the thing is it's a logistical thing. Sure. You got to remember that some of these areas are 30 miles from the nearest road, and it's rocky, it's rough, it's whitewater. When the water goes down, you can't run jet boats, so the only way to get up and down that river is by hovercraft, period.
Okay, right.
If you're running an 8-inch dredge, you're burning 20 gallons of gas a day, maybe 12 to 15 gallons of gas a day on a big 6, like a big Proline or something. So if you were going to go up there for a month and dredge, you can do the math on how much gasoline that is. Mm-hmm. How much does 500 gallons of gasoline weigh? That's 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You could haul maybe 1,000 pounds in a hovercraft, but then you have to have somebody help you offload the barrels that weighs 500 pounds, and it's that kind of thing, and hauling the gear in and setting up a camp. The bears are going to get into it. It's just all those different things that logistically, how do you do it? Well, the only thing that we've actually came up with is to get some type of a tracked, like a snowcat, or convert a vehicle with tracks on it and build a 16 or 20-foot sled and go in there in the wintertime when the river is frozen solid and sled all your gear in, drop it off, and then go back in the spring, and do it that way. And that way you could probably make 3 or 4 trips and get your stuff in. But
sure.
It's still, it costs a lot of money, but good golly, man, I'm absolutely positive I could pull 100 to 250 ounces easily in a season up there.
Oh, wow. See, so that makes it well worth it then. If you got to go through all that, then.
Now, Shannon,
did it pay for the trip?
Not quite. We if we would have had 2 more days, we would have paid for the trip. But we ended up with a problem, Kathleen, on the 8 that we didn't know until it was really too late, and that is that the design of the air intake system was flawed, and so we were sucking in exhaust, and 4 of us got carbon monoxide poisoning. Myself and the guy I was dredging with, Jeff, we were dredging basically 2 shifts, and the other guys were dredging 1, and so we got poisoned pretty bad. It put Jeff down in his cot for 24 hours straight without even eating.
Yikes.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, and that way, we actually lost a day because of that, because we just didn't have it in us to dredge, and it wasn't fixed, and we didn't really have a fix for it. So, rather than die, we kind of hung out in camp that last day and didn't dredge.
Jeez.
Understandably so.
Yeah. Shannon, did you feel like you might have lost like a little bit of time from pulling the dredges around and punching a hole and pulling and doing different things? Did you? Because in my personal, I feel if I do that because I'm testing, and then you come to find out you would have been better off just staying where you started out. Did you feel that way at all?
Well, Scotty, we thought about that a lot, and I'm not one to move typically. If I get on ground that I think looks really good and it's got good color, it's hard pack, and we get a little bit of gold, I typically will stay going, I'll hit the streak eventually.
Right.
But, where we were at, like on the big bar, where we called, I'm not actually going to say the name of the bar that we called it. We named it something that's inappropriate for radio.
All right.
But we did, on what we called the Raven's Nest, we had a raven that was nested right above us on the cliff. Jack and Josh and myself and Jeff both running 6s, and we ripped, I don't know, probably 200 feet of trenches across that bar and never did hit the good solid pay streak. Yeah, we could pull 3 or 5 grams, but, you can't even pull an ounce a day with 2 dredges running, 10 hours. So we would move and go up higher on the bench or the bar, and then we would throw 2 guys up along the side, and we just kept moving up until finally when we met with this guy named Dutch and Dayton, and they kind of explained how the deposits work, we were literally on the gold the next day, but it was almost at the end of our trip. So it paid off for us to move. It really did. But the advantage that we had is it only takes you 15 minutes to get to bedrock when you fire up the dredge, because there's only 18 inches of overburden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it was actually pretty quick and easy. You could go out and do coyote holes, 6 of them in a day, get on bedrock, clean out the top mat, and find out if you're in the ancient channel or not. And so that's kind of what we did until we finally found it. So now if we go back next year, I'm pretty confident we could probably pull easily, with the 12 guys that we had, we could easily pull a pound of gold a day.
Oh, wow.
Boy, wouldn't that be sweet?
That is...
Yeah.
It's too amazing, is what it is. Good.
Well,
Lord.
then you're going to have the problem of hauling it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll fly up there and come and grab the 15 pounds or whatever it is and haul it for us, right, Kathleen?
Right. Could you get a helicopter to bring all your stuff?
Actually, we've already even looked into that, too. It's not cheap up there. Everything's expensive, as you guys can imagine, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the thing is we're looking at it. This is 150 ounces next year in Alaska. If we go up for several weeks, or do we focus on now that we know that dredging is going to be permitted in California? Do we try to do a helicopter run to get something into the Golden Ann, where we know there's potato-sized gold in there? I mean, hell, you could pull 3 or 4 pound nuggets out of there and blow past the $150,000 mark pretty easily. So
I want to go there.
That's the dilemma. Yeah, and the Golden Ann is the most rugged, but probably the richest claim that I've ever owned in my lifetime.
Wow.
It's just impossible to mine without something big in there.
Man, that sounds like the place. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. No, Shannon, that's cool. You guys got to go. Now you are planning on going back, I'm sure, right?
We probably will. There's going to have to be some things that we need to discuss with the owners that need to be fixed, if you will. We went up there with the impression that all the equipment worked perfectly, and that just wasn't the case. And
right.
He kind of got, I'm not trying to chuck him under the bus. He bought the camp last year. He went up there for the first time, and then 12 guys descended on it. Although they were there for 5 weeks before we got there, he kind of lacked a little bit of the experience and the knowledge about the dredges and the mechanical operations of them, and so what he was looking at, he thought worked fine. And of course, when we fired up, hoses had holes, and airlines were bad, seals were out, pumps didn't work, there were rocks in pumps, just all kinds of things like that. So they had to be stripped down basically to the floats and then rebuilt.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was
those
wondering
kind of
what
things
you were
take
meaning
time.
by
And
we
when
had
you're
to
out in the
build
bush,
dredges.
you don't have a whole lot of tools. You have to scavenge parts, and
right.
So we had a lot of Frankenstein dredges running around. So if all those issues kind of got resolved, we would go back in a heartbeat.
Cool.
It's just that it was frustrating. Some of the guys,
yeah.
Britt and Zach, they're actually mining engineers. It's what they do is build dredges.
Mm-hmm.
They spent 5 straight days nonstop, 10, 12 hours a day for the first 5 days fixing dredges so we could dredge.
Right.
That's their own money that they paid to go up there.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying themselves to work on the equipment of the camp, and so it was very frustrating.
Sure.
And again, I'm not trying to blame the owners. They kind of got a bad deal when they bought the place, and but you know what? When we left, we saved their season, and all their equipment works pretty damn good now.
Awesome.
It just kind of was the cost that we paid in order to get it there. So
right. I see what you're saying.
Well, maybe they might give you a free
3
trip.
weeks from now, we'll be in Idaho dredging.
Nice. So that's coming up quick. And
yeah, we got the big showdown again with the Forest Service and the EPA. You guys may have saw that I did a post yesterday on our website and on our Facebook page, and basically said, "Yep, I drive the FJ Cruiser wrapped in the American flag. I'm at mile marker 35. I hope that makes it a little easier for you to find me, because they said that they're going to enforce the 15 dredge rule, which we've got about 40 dredges going up this year. So I challenged them to come get me.
Yeah.
Now, when is that?
We leave July 13th, so we'll be up there on the opening day of the season is the 15th. It goes from July 15th to August 15th.
Okay.
Cool. Well, good luck down there, Shannon. You'll let us know how that went, I'm sure. Hopefully everything goes nice and smooth.
Well, we'll videotape that. We'll probably shoot another series of videos. I'm pretty familiar with that river now after dredging it for a couple of years, and so but this is a new claim that AMRA picked up that I'm going to be dredging this year. But if it's anything like the other one, I kind of know where the gold is, and so we should be able to get in pretty good gold and within 4 or 5 hours, I would imagine.
Nice. Cool.
So, but you can pull a half ounce to an ounce a day up there, and if you can get 12 good days of dredging, you can come home with a pound of gold, and
that's right.
That helps out the kitty a little bit.
Yes, it does. It helped the kitty a lot, actually.
Yeah. So.
Well, you get you some rest, my friend. We're glad you're back, and glad you had a good time. And
yeah, no doubt.
Definitely good to hear from you. And how'd Jimbo fare?
He did okay. I do have a really good picture of Mr. Hamilton. We were all kind of sitting around the campfire, and he dozed off a little bit, so we put a nice little wild rose in his cap and took a picture of it with this little flower.
Yeah.
He got pretty pissed off about that, but you know what? The damage was done,
That's
Jimbo.
Right. That's right. All's fair.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, we played pranks on one another and all kinds of stuff. It was cool, and we thought about the Sasquatch costume and all that. The problem was it would be like trying to play a prank on Scott Toney in the Arizona desert. Run Sasquatch up there, you're going to get shot. Yeah. So we decided not to do that.
Hey, Shannon, you didn't happen to see baby Timmy up there around where you was at, was you?
No.
He was hanging around.
Kind of unusual. About a week ago, Jerry Clements, one of my right-hand guys, and Jeff Baraglia, he's another one of our board members, they paid to go up there as well. Well, we had this little kind of framed-out cabin thing-ish, weird structure. It was like maybe 20 feet long and about 15 feet wide, and it was kind of had a little bit of wood on it, but it was also like tarps. But it had a plywood floor in it. And we had cots. Well, it's on these logs that they just stuck down into the tundra, and that sits on the permafrost below, and it makes it pretty stable. Well, one of the guys, we were staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning. By the way, it never once got dark up there the entire time. The sun never went down. It was light the entire time.
Jeez.
So one night, Jerry and I had got done cleaning up all of our cons, and we went to bed at, I don't know, probably 2 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the cot in my sleeping bag, and I'm reading a book. Jerry's sleeping, and then Jeff walks in, and I'm thinking to myself, this building feels like it's moving a little bit more than normal. It's kind of shaking and rocking and wiggling and stuff. And the next thing we know, the damn cabin fell off of its support structure, dropped down, and then started sliding.
Really?
The whole cabin with us in it. So
you were in it?
We ended up getting this damn Jeep jack, and we propped it up, and then, threw some boards under it, jacked it back up off the ground, reblocked it. It's not in the same place anymore, but we got it level-ish, so... we had to flip the cots around to the other end, otherwise your head would have been below your feet, but,
Wow.
It worked for the rest of the trip.
That's cool. That's a good story. Something you'll remember, that, your shack sliding down a hill.
Yeah,
Pretty neat.
So we're going to do a lot of, I think, really cool videos of the trip, because we got some really good underwater footage. We got a new GoPro that shoots in 4K, and the clarity is just astounding. And anyway, I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think we're probably going to turn it into maybe like a 3-part series or something. Okay. But Yeah, so it should be pretty cool. As soon as I get some spare time, I'll probably start working on those videos.
Right. Well, yeah, we'll be looking for it on Facebook and your website as well. And
yeah, we'll definitely share them on every page.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll share them.
Yeah.
You know that.
Well, I'll probably start doing that in about 2 days. I've got a whole bunch of things. When you're gone for 2 weeks, and I've never done that with AMRA before, never once even got a chance to check email. I came back, and of course, Connie was doing a lot of my emails while I was gone, but it's still, there's just all kinds of things all across the West. The BLM closing roads, gating stuff. We're now working on stuff in Alaska, Oregon, obviously Idaho, California, even Arizona, and so we're trying to deal with the road closures, which just these Obama administration holdovers within the BLM and Forest Service they just don't care about the law anymore. They're just going to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we got to push back on that, but. But there's good things happening in politics, obviously. I mean, Trump's going to get a conservative Supreme Court justice. That's always good.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anything else? Any other big news coming up that we should be aware of?
No, not really. We're trying to get meetings slated next week with the California Water Board and the Department of Fish and Game here in California over the dredge permits for next year. Okay. It's not a question of if they're going to do it right now. The real question is, what does that look like, and all that kind of stuff. But I had a phone conference this morning with Craig Lindsay of Western Mining Alliance about suing over those 2012 regulations here in California, and we may end up doing that.
Oh, okay.
Our lawsuit with the Forest Service on the Taser incident, they're in their final review, and they're going to counteroffer what I told them that it would take for us to go away on a settlement. So we should get a settlement with them pretty soon, and then we're going to use that money that we get in the settlement, and we're going to go after the Forest Service in Idaho. So Cheryl Probert, supervisor of the Nez Perce National Forest, be forewarned, woman, I'm coming after you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's on.
Them fighting words.
Yep, it's on.
Awesome. Well, it is. I mean, this is just blatant illegality of the things that she's done. We've already exposed the fraud that they have committed in restricting the amount of dredges, making the mining claims value go down with, telling people they can't dredge it, the fear and intimidation. I mean, just all of this crap, and I'm sick of it. So you know what? It's time the people push back and start holding some people accountable. Yep. I'm just tired of it.
Yep, you're right.
Awesome.
And you're the man.
Well, Shannon, on a lighter note, doesn't AMRA have coming up here in July public outing at the office claim, don't you?
We do, July 14th and 15th, I think it is, and I had really planned on being there. Don and Jerry were going to haul my dredge to Idaho, and then I was going to go after the outing. I would have left probably that Sunday night. But, all of the miners up there are screaming now for me to be there because there's going to be a showdown the very first day, we think, with the Forest Service, and I really need to be there for that. So we are going to have the outing, but it's going to be probably the rest of the AMRA crew. I won't be able to be there this time, which is one of the very few outings I've ever missed in the history of AMRA. So, but it'll be fun, man. We're going to do it at the office, and the cool thing is with all of the floods that we've had, heck, we had a member go right in camp, right where everybody parks their dang trailers, right in the middle of the creek, and pulled like a 7.5 grammer right out of the middle of the river, and it's been dredged before. So These floods, they moved everything, and there's all kinds of new gold that's in the creek.
No kidding. Flooding brings in new gold.
Look at that.
Wow,
it's strange how that
I didn't know that. Wow.
Miracles.
I sent Shad some pictures of some of the gold that I got in Alaska.
Yep, I'll be posting them on GPS here for everyone.
Yeah,
by the way, Shad, that isn't a 1 ounce vial. That's a 10 ounce vial that's full in my hands there, in case you're curious.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, post them, Shad.
How much does that weigh?
Yeah, there was like just the Proline snuffer bottle that we were pulling off the top of the pan, I think has got 2.5 ounces in it, and that's only a part of it. But, God, you want to talk about super heavies, man. I have never dealt with black sand that heavy. I've dealt with some pretty heavy black sand on the Hacienda, on the Clearwater, Bull Creek, but this just blew all of that away. It just is astoundingly heavy.
That is so cool. Dang, Shannon. I envy you. That is the coolest. Shad, get them pictures up. I want to see them, man. That is cool. Cool.
I'm jealous. I want to go.
Great job, Shannon. Well, we'll let you go. We'll let you go get some rest. I know you're still tired. You got to be. And thanks for calling in tonight and letting us know what happened. Very excited.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, guys. You know, I love to call in any chance I get. So if we get a chance to, while we're in Idaho, you know, it's probably only a 10-minute drive to get a phone signal, hopefully, and it sounds like they've kind of fixed things in Elk City, is we may actually call in from up there, maybe surprise you one of those Sunday nights or something, or Wednesday night, and
anytime
just jump on and let you know what's going on.
Anytime. You know that.
Yeah.
We always got time to get you on here, so no worries.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks again, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, Shannon. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye, Shannon. Awesome.
Lucky dog.
That is cool. I'm telling you, Lucky. That is just the greatest. All right, well, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some Dredging Up the News. We'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their miners' legal fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Hello. All right. June 27th, 2018. I'll start off with some stateside stories.
Okay.
Stories.
Well,
on the 26th of February this year, I don't know if you guys remember, but a 7.5 magnitude earthquake ripped through Papua New Guinea. It claimed the lives of 160 people, and it was one of the deadliest earthquakes. But there were several mines that were affected in the area. The incident highlights the risk of exploration for gold in earthquake-prone regions. And a solution that's coming out, a technological one, is they will start being able to record, analyze, and interpret smaller quakes in the event of geological materials fracturing and failing. And they'll be doing this with something that's called microseismic monitoring. And this can happen, this type of thing happens a lot around underground excavations, but microseismic data will actually be able to provide the location of the fracturing and the failures to be able to detect when an earthquake is going to come. So that was reported in the news that they are working on this, and there is a group a research group that collaborated with the UK company IMC Geophysics, and according to the group, they did some analysis of recorded signals. They produced a map of the caving activity, and they were able to figure out that they can predict seismic events up to 8 hours in advance.
I'm just going to have to say no. Really, mining in an earthquake, where they're just bound to happen. No.
It happens a lot, and now with this new technology, they're going to be able to do that and be able to get people out in time. If they can detect these up to 8 hours. So
I don't trust it.
There's another story I'm going to do later on that gets really technical, but it just seems like the mining industry is moving towards more of technology than it is. And there's a story I'll be going over here later, but very interesting, I thought. All right, in northern Nevada, Silver Range Resources Ltd. announced results from initial exploration on the Huge property with partner Trifecta Gold. Silver Range granted Trifecta a staged option to earn up to 75% interest in the Huge. Am I pronouncing that right? Huge property. Huge.
Huge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd say it had to be huge, wouldn't it?
The Huge property is located in Humboldt County. This is northern Nevada, approximately 55 kilometers south of Denio in the Veryville mining district. So I guess the mining the area has some historical mines. I guess there's the Columbia and Juanita mines. So they're just known for producing very high grade gold on a small scale. So results from the preliminary work at Huge confirmed the presence of the high grade gold, and this is adjacent to the historical mines that I mentioned. So interesting news going on in Nevada.
How do you spell that again?
Yuge. Huge. Huge.
Yuge. I was gonna say Yugi, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like huge.
Huge. We'll go with huge. Yeah, that'll work.
It has to be, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Idaho Springs, Colorado. Developers have plans to revive an old gold mine just west of Idaho Springs. They're making plans for a mining-themed adventure park, and it's in the old Stanley mine. The park would be called Stanley Mines Adventure Park. Clear Creek County Commissioners gave the plans final approval at a hearing last week, and developers say that they could be open for business as soon as Memorial Day of next year. The plans include a beer garden, an alpine coaster, a mine shaft drop, and mine tours through some of the tunnels. Of course, there are also other views. Residents are afraid of the noise and the traffic, saying that, with all this going on, there's actually a shortage of affordable housing in the area, that they could be building better places for people to live, because there's just not enough places for people to live. As it stands now, everyday people like policemen, teachers, emergency workers, they really can't afford to live up there. So they're saying that, but you have others that say, hey, awesome, they like to see something being done with that historic mine, so they're going to turn it basically into a tourism thing.
That's cool, though.
That'll add jobs.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. That's pretty neat, though.
And I actually have a little entertainment news tonight.
Oh, some entertainment news. Ain't had that in a while.
Yeah. Todd Hoffman.
Oh, God.
He always enters entertainment.
Say it isn't so.
Anyway, this is kind of interesting. In a press release, he announced that he will give away thousands of dollars of his own gold to players of daily tournaments in the mobile game Planet Gold Rush. Planet Gold Rush, what is that? Well, according to the Truly Social Games website co-founder Cooper DuBois, he was inspired to make this game when he spent one summer hunting for gold in centuries-old Mexican haciendas. Mm-hmm. When he returned to Portland, he teamed up with Patrick Tugas, and the Truly Social Games was born, and their first title that came out was Planet Gold Rush. This came out in September of 2017. Well, Todd Hoffman has teamed up with Planet Gold Rush, and he invites the first 10,000 of his U.S. fans to play his new challenge, Win Todd Hoffman's Gold. And you compete to win his gold before anyone else. Yeah. So that.
Yeah, let's keep making Todd Hoffman rich because he can't find the gold.
That's what I was gonna say. Does Todd Hoffman have gold? I didn't know he did.
Well,
it's just a get money
he may
rich.
still have gold, maybe in. I don't know. I know that he's singing now, and he's got a television production company.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
well,
I mean, I look at it this way. Okay, you know what? He's had his ups and downs. He's found gold. He's lost, this and that. Crews left and stuff. He's had a rough way to go through this. But you got to also remember though too, he actually made that show. So
right.
Yeah, I think, he probably deserves, because that show's been on for a slew of years now, and
yeah,
still
I used
going.
to watch it back in the day when he was first starting out. It was pretty cool.
But I mean, it's still going to keep going. So why not keep making your money? Yeah, I think.
Now he's
Kathleen,
living the dream. He's doing what he enjoys to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Kathleen, is this two separate ones then? Because I heard one was supposed to be an online game, and then I heard another one was supposed to be a TV show or something.
No, this is the mobile game. This would be an online thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe there isn't another one then. Maybe this is the only one that I heard then.
Yeah, this is the only one that I came across. I think he's working on television things because he's got that production company. But this is that's what I thought. Only about the game, and according to the release, they'll be giving away 2 ounces of his gold every week. This is only for a limited time, and it starts July 9th.
Okay.
So players can compete in the daily tournament for a chance to win 1/8 of an ounce of gold, with 2 chances to win on Sundays. Players can enter the daily tournaments as often as they want to. Player with the highest score at the end of each day will win gold. At the end of each week, the best overall player will win an ounce of gold.
I hate to say it, but no pun intended, but he's starting a gold rush.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I remember seeing it right, it costs money to get the game, for one, because there's ads I saw, 40% off.
Yeah, you can download it on iTunes and Google App Store.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said,
gotcha.
Do it for fun if you're going to, because he's just getting rich off of it.
Well, how much do you got to pay?
I don't know.
I don't play those games.
I'm not.
Because I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Gotcha, Shad. I don't know.
I used to see it come across my Facebook feed quite a bit.
What, the Planet Gold Rush?
Yeah, the Gold Rush game.
Yeah, I think it just came out last year in September.
Yeah, I looked at it. I mean, I didn't get in and try to play it or nothing, but I just kind of looked at it. I'm like, well, it looks like a Farmville thing to me, Buy a bulldozer, go over here and dig,
yeah,
that kind of thing.
You need more fuel, so here,
Buy
$20. Get you more fuel.
There you go. That's exactly how it works, I'll bet you.
It does.
Is Jack's shack in there? Or Gold Shack?
Well, you got to build it first, so that'll cost you probably $100 out of pocket.
Yep, you're right.
Oh my gosh. All right.
It's just taking you into the show, you know. You end up losing your house and everything because you put all this money into, building up your gold camp, and you don't get anything.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
All right, so that brings us to global news. Here's an area that doesn't really make the news a lot, but Ireland. Shares of Galantis Gold climbed on Monday, and this is reported in London, after the company announced it has reached the main gold vein and development works underground at its Homage gold mine in Northern Ireland. The vein intersection is located about 15 meters below the base of the Kearney open pit. The miner said it planned to develop a horizontal tunnel as well. It's expected to provide a limited feed to the mill, and they expect to do this early in the third quarter. Galantis will also extend the existing decline tunnel in the later this year and early next year. So they're hoping the firm, which kicked off the mine's expansion just last year, expects to produce about 8,000 ounces next year. Woo! Ooh, yeah. So evidently, Northern Ireland holds the world's 7th richest undeveloped seam of gold, but because of political violence, it's kept most of investors away for like 3 decades.
I think it's the leprechauns.
It could be.
You don't steal their gold.
Could be. Oh, mercy.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So
they ask, hey, do you want to come over here and dig? And they're like, nah, I don't think so. We'll get in trouble. Have little guys kicking your butt all day long.
Leprechauns. Die.
All right, so here's the technology story I was alluding to earlier. This is in Ontario.
Okay.
Hundreds of feet below the thick boreal forest, there is a squad of near-silent battery-powered machines that are tunneling toward gold in a multi-million-dollar mining experiment to ditch diesel. Gold Ore Inc. is building the world's first new all-electric mine, and this is to replace all the noisy, diesel-burning equipment. Frontline workers are calling this a game changer. The air quality and the lack of noise at the Borden project, which is located northwest of Toronto, is absolutely amazing. So, the area is stung by a multi-year slump in commodity prices. It started recovering in 2016. Mm-hmm. However, miners remain desperate to keep operating costs down, and this is a way to do that while reducing greenhouse emissions. The company will save about $9 million annually on diesel, propane, and electricity. Productivity gains are also possible from equipment that can keep working while gas from dynamite blasting clears the area. So I guess you could do that at the same time. Mm-hmm. Electric equipment will keep the mines healthier. And studies show that there is an elevated cancer risk for underground miners who are exposed to diesel exhaust. So that's pretty interesting.
So they're getting rid of diesel engines and making everything electric. Dang. But what's powering the electric?
Batteries. They have batteries, I think.
Little hamsters.
The battery's got to get charged. There's a motor running somewhere.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but not as much. Yeah. I guess is what they're saying, that they could be able to. I mean, the automation is just taking off. I mean, I think I reported a while ago about trucks that will drive themselves, that type of thing, and like I said earlier, it's bringing a different type of labor, if you will, to mining. It's getting into a a lot of technology. You're going to need technicians, right, to fix the stuff.
It's still
I mean, here's the thing. Has nobody ever watched Terminator?
I don't think so.
Yeah. It doesn't go well.
No,
hey,
it don't.
We have robots
Skynet.
at my job.
Skynet. Think about it. Yeah. But $9 million savings on fuel and stuff. I mean, that's big money.
That's a pretty big.
Plus, they're quieter and they can run at all hours, probably.
Probably.
Here's the thing: less cost than labor too.
Oh yeah, true.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And accidents and things like that.
Sure.
Right.
They can go deeper,
Mm-hmm.
than they could with. Those are just some of the things. I'm sure there's a lot of other bugs they need to work out.
Right. Still pretty cool.
And then we're going to turn it over to Shad for his local events of interest.
All right. So your first one here, we have. I don't know what that noise in the background is, but okay.
Sound like doves again.
The doves?
Weird doves, though.
Oh, it's not doves. I'm sitting right here in the room.
Okay.
It ain't me.
I don't know what it was then.
All right. In Leeds, South Dakota.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Leeds, South Dakota.
Leeds, South Dakota. You have the 2018 Gold Camp Jubilee. This iconic community celebration was originally called the Golden Jubilee, which started in 1926. It was a 2-day festival celebrating the gold harvest of the mine since mining started in 1876. Today, it's known as Gold Camp Jubilee Days, a 4th of July celebration featuring the largest firework display in South Dakota. So here's what you can expect to see there. Vendors, live entertainment, family-friendly activities, small-town charm of historic Main Street. Mm-hmm. It starts on July 1st and ends after the fireworks on July 4th. So, and this is up in the Black Hills of South Dakota over the impressive open cut at Home Stake Mine, the largest and deepest gold mine in North America until it closed in 2002. Mm-hmm. So, of course, the mine produced more than 40 million troy ounces of gold. So that's kind of cool. Maybe you could sneak down there.
That'd be a cool event.
Just kidding.
What's it called again?
It's the Gold Camp Jubilee Days.
Gold Camp Jubilee Days. Got it. Sounds like a
So
fun
write that
time.
down.
Yeah.
And of course, if you just want the fireworks on July 4th at dusk, that's when they'll be shot up and out from the interior of the open cut surface mine. Throughout the day, of course, you'll have live entertainment, vendors, activities, and everything else going on. So runs for a few days. Sounds like a lot of fun if you're in the area.
What? Cool.
And of course, Kathleen wants to make sure we remind everybody on July 22nd and 24th, you have the 4th annual Herkimer Diamond Gem Show and Festival, where they'll have more than just gems. They'll have minerals, crystals, fossils, local goods, food, music, and more. And that's in the Herkimer County Fairgrounds in Frankfort, North Carolina. Or New York, sorry.
Fun.
Spell typo.
Was that a typo?
No, that was just me. I'm messing with you.
I
just wanted to blame you.
I knew it.
It was just a blooper for Shad.
The teleprompter.
Teleprompter went rogue.
It has to be the teleprompter.
It has to be. So there you go. That's just a couple here of local events of interest. And if you know of any, please let Kathleen or I know, and we'll make sure we announce them.
Awesome. Very cool. Sounds like
good. And
times.
how are we going to let you know?
Well,
you let Shad know.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. You can post it on Gold Prospector Space, Facebook. Message me on Facebook. Message me at goldprospectorspace.com.
And then I won't have to do all the work to find these events.
Because it's kind of hard without living in, especially out west.
Yeah.
I wish we had a West Coast connection person that was plugged in on this.
That would be a good idea.
I don't know who
Me neither.
do that.
Sounds like
where is that?
Sounds like a good idea.
But I don't want to, I don't want to take your segment away. That wouldn't be
No, that was supposed to be your segment.
I didn't know that.
Well, nobody listens to me. I feel like I'm at work.
Oh, goodness.
Well, you know what? Have your people get with my people, and we'll have our people talk about why if we haven't met each other. Come on. I don't know.
Got it.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
That was me in the background noise. Sorry about that. I had to go take care of something.
Okay, no worries.
I didn't know it wasn't on mute.
It was a weird noise, so.
I don't even want to know what you were taking care of.
It's like an elephant or a chair.
No, I have a necklace around my neck, and when I walk, it clicks.
There wasn't a clicking sound.
There was no clicking noise.
Necklace? What?
Well, I have a badge holder that holds my badge and stuff in.
Oh.
We'll go with that.
Rich, I didn't know where you worked, so.
Well, that's the only thing I was doing was walking, so.
Sure.
All right, so Shad won't, give me the segue. Back to me for fun facts. Thanks a lot, Shad. Get one job. One job.
One job, yeah.
All right, everybody. Back to Kathleen's. Beep, beep, beep.
And these fun facts, I'll make it short and sweet, because it is. All right, so here's some fun facts, interesting gold mining facts. I'm always giving gold facts or whatever, historical facts, but here's just a few. Though the vast majority of the world's gold is mined by large companies, did you know that it's estimated that there are more than 50,000 smaller, more independent operations worldwide? 50,000 smaller.
That's a lot.
More than 50,000. Interesting.
Yes.
Another fun fact. Though gold was believed to be a major motive in the invasion of Britain by the Romans, there was only one single Roman gold mine that is known to exist in Wales, and this is in Wales at the Lochathi. I had to throw a big word. Anyway, there's only the whole reason why they invaded Britain was for the gold, and there's only one gold mine.
There's only one. Wow.
But there's a lot of gold.
There is. All right. And also gold. Did you know that gold was the main motive in the Roman invasion of Transylvania, which is now Romania?
No, I didn't.
Gold will make men do crazy things.
I didn't know there was a lot of gold there.
I didn't either.
Nope.
I just thought it was Dracula and stuff.
These Romans, they were onto something.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, because weren't their coins like silver?
Well, they kept the gold themselves. They made
Yeah, their coins were founded on their gold. They're like, yeah, I'll give you this crappy one just in case you do well.
Yeah.
I'll give you the gold.
They were smart.
Currency.
And the last mining fun fact, this is, we all know about our state of Nevada. It's actually home to the Carlin Trend. Nevada produces like 3% of the gold worldwide. But it's the home of the Carlin Trend. And this was discovered only 50 years ago in 1961. The Carlin Trend is a geologic feature in northeastern Nevada. It represents a period of erosion that was likely associated with the collision between the tectonic crustal block called a terrain.
I don't know. Terrain. Okay.
And it's the collision between the tectonic crustal block and the North American plate. So this collision occurred during the Mississippian period, about 350 million years ago.
Oh, ain't that the tectonic plate or something then?
It's tectonic.
Yeah, tectonic.
Between a tectonic crustal block called a Terrane.
Terrain. Yeah.
That's not how I would have spelled terrain, but
No.
maybe that is how you spell it.
No, that ain't.
Well, that could be Terran, but
Terran, maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Have Shad spell it.
In the chat box that he's not paying attention.
I don't know how to spell it.
Terrane. If you were listening.
Terrain.
Terrain. Yeah. Anyway, this gold trend.
I'd say Terran.
Terran. Okay.
Yeah.
Because terrain to me is spelled
Potatoes,
T-E-R-R.
potatoes.
All right.
Right, potato.
Anyway, this.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, the A-N-N-E, that'd be Annie. So tear, Tyranny?
Window pane.
Maybe it's
chain.
Tyranny.
Tyranny.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow.
Anywho, the Carlin Gold Trend is about 5 miles wide and 40 miles long, and it extends in a north-northwest direction through the town of Carlin, Nevada. Okay. And they discovered gold in that area in the 1870s. But all in all, they said that this trend has produced over 7 million ounces of gold, which is worth roughly around $85 billion.
Dang.
Wow.
Dang.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And that is Dredging Up the News.
Awesome. Man, great way to end the show, Kathleen. Perfect.
Yep.
That was awesome. All right. Well, anybody got anything else before we wrap it up? It's getting late.
It is late.
Time to call it a night. So,
Did anybody guess?
oh yeah, your
Apple?
Your thing, the trivia thing.
Hour and a half later. Hour and a half later. Did anybody guess it?
Well, you got to jump in and remind us. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll back. I seen a couple. I seen one on the Spreaker.
Somebody said 007.
Spreaker chat that somebody said it was like 98 something.
One of them was ho ho ho.
Oh, I was wondering what people were typing in. I totally forgot.
I did too.
What was the question?
I was like, it doesn't make any sense. What are they saying?
Oh, I just want to ask
It's been so long they forgot the question.
Say the question. What was the question? One more time. And I'm
Canada's
looking.
postal code for Santa Claus at the North Pole is what?
I'm looking, and I am not seeing.
What is it again?
What is the postal code for Santa at the North Pole?
Canada's postal code for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
1 or 10,000.
80800.
Ho ho ho.
I don't know.
Ho ho ho.
99073.
It's HOHOHO.
Oh, I think somebody did have that.
Yeah. Somebody put ho ho ho.
It was,
Congratulations, you win Dennis Dayton's
it was-
15 grams of gold he brought back.
It was ORHOHOHO. Yeah, I think Michael Myers had that. ORHOHOHO. Yeah, that's what he had there. So yeah, so somebody did have that.
Code?
That's a seriously postal code.
If he guesses it right, we ought to play that creepy music that Michael Myers.
We'll have to get that, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna.
In numbers, it'd be 8080, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Because
HOHOHO.
yeah, but H and 8 is the same number.
We'll get you another one
there's
ready
no-
for
there's-
Sunday, Dennis, and we'll get it in right away. We'll
I
get,
got several of them.
all right,
ready.
we'll get it in right away next time. We won't let an hour and a half go by.
Sure we will.
It just got busy. After Shannon, it got busy. So, all right, we're out of here, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, gold diggers.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.